Hello, beautiful people, global citizens. Welcome to this channel. You have your friends, you have your aunties, Number 6, you need to be vulnerable. Now, I know it's really hard for a lot of people, especially men, to let themselves go, to be vulnerable, to appear to be struggling, to reveal a very soft spot that they have, because they feel that they are supposed to be tough, they are supposed to be macho, they are supposed to, like, I've got it all covered, I'm on top of my game, like I'm not that type that's going to break down emotionally. No, you need to be able to accept your vulnerability. Now, the both of you are supposed to admit that you have your strengths and you have your weaknesses. Everybody's got strengths and weaknesses. Now, as a unit, once you are able to talk about your vulnerabilities, you're able to talk about your weaknesses, it helps the both of you to see how best you can solve these challenges, how you can walk through them, how you can work through them to become better, to watch each other develop, overcome their challenges. And by doing that, the both of you have that strong, formidable force that is strengthened and cemented. And with time, you realize that you literally feel very comfortable around each other because you guys have been open enough to embrace your vulnerabilities, and there are no walls of defense that anybody's built around themselves and by extension their relationship. So you need to be very, very ready to be vulnerable with your partner. That way your relationship is going to really thrive. Now, number 7, relationships require compromise. Now, the fact that you are two different individuals mean that you are not going to always have what you want. It's never going to happen because you are an individual and they're an individual. So some scenarios or some situations, you are going to have to give up what you prefer so your partner will have what they prefer. And at certain times, they are also going to give up what they prefer so you can have what you prefer. So it's never going to be you always getting what you want or they always getting what they want. That way, you're not going to work out as a unit. You should be ready to compromise, you should be ready to sacrifice, you should be ready to let them have their way so that next time you have your way. That is the best way the both of you have a chance of surviving in a relationship. So if you are not ready to compromise, it's going to be really hard for you in trying to keep a relationship. So compromise is key, and you have to be ready to let your spouse have their way sometimes. And other times, you can also have your way. You lose sometimes, you win sometimes. They lose sometimes, they win sometimes. But it's all for the collective good of the relationship, where everybody feels that they are being heard, they matter, and they get what they want sometimes. You get it? Great. Now, number 8 for me is very key, and this is where I say giving room. Okay, now here you need to give room for each person to have a me time. Now, the me time is very important because you guys spend a lot of hours together, a lot of days together, you hang out, you do a lot of stuff together. Now, in as much as you love each other, in as much as you are head over heels, in as much as you feel great, absolutely great around each other, does not mean that your individuality disappears. No, it's not. So you can have all the fun, you can be all clingy and all of that, but it gets to a point, or there are some days that you just want to be by yourself to do the things that remind you of your singleness or your individuality. Some part of you that wants to just enjoy yourself, doing what you want to do by yourself alone. It doesn't mean you don't want them, as in your partner, to be a part of it, but it's because you've done a whole lot with them and you just feel like to be a nice little break to do just you at the time you want to do it. When that happens, it's okay, it's acceptable, it's cool, it's normal. So long as it's not you trying to avoid them, but it's having a good time with them, spending hours with them, spending days, and you just want to take a little break. It could be a day out of the week, it could be an hour out of the day, it could be 2 hours out of the day to just do you. Now, when that happens, it's normal and you don't have to feel bad about it. And you, on the other hand, if your partner tells you they want a little me time, don't go jumping up on them like, hey, say for example, you guys have been spending the whole day together, and then she's like, she wants to go home. Say she came over to your place, spent, let's say, 5 hours, you did a Netflix and chill, some cooking and all of that, and now she's like, I want to go home and go relax a little bit. Now she gets home, and then you call and you're like, hey babe, are you home yet? She's like, yeah, I'm home. And she's like, yeah, I'm just gonna relax a little bit. And now you start talking and you're like, do you remember this? Do you remember that? Do you remember this? Do you remember that? You're just trying to have another conversation with her when she just got home. But she did say she was going home to relax, and she had just spent hours with you. So that doesn't give her the chance to do what she wants to do, to have the me time that she's craving. So when she decides to go home, just check up and make sure she's home safely, and allow her some time to enjoy herself and individuality. And when she's done with that, trust me, she's still in love with you. She still wants you. She'll come around and you guys can do all the other stuff. So it's okay for people to just embrace themselves and try to refresh or reset as an individual. In that way, they're able to thrive when they come next to you, when you guys continue your love life and your smoochy, hanky-panky. Number 10 is very important to me. Now, number 10 is love. Now, you can do all of these things, but it's gonna be really shaky when there isn't love in the picture. So, I don't know why on earth anybody would choose to be in a relationship with someone they don't love, but it happens. I know, crazy world we live in, but you need to be in love with the person you want to get into a relationship with, because in all the craziness, in all the difficult times, in all the dark moments, in all the sad or not so cool moments, it is the love that you have for this person that's going to keep you going. Now, when the storms come, it is the love that's going to keep you going. So you need to actually be in love with the person. You need to be sure that you are in love with them before you choose to get into a relationship with them. Because without a love, when things happen, the first thing that comes to mind is you want to call it quits. You want to run away. You want to avoid it. You want to just cut it off. But when there is love, you have that natural strength, that natural conviction and power that's going to help you to say, yes, this is happening. We are not in our best times. Things are shaky. We are in a very dark moment. But I love you. I think we're going to get through this. I'm ready to stand by your side so we can fight this, weather the storm, and eventually we're going to come out winners because you love the person. And for you, the love itself is success. You've already won. So loving somebody makes it a lot easier to sustain the relationship or continue pushing forward in a relationship, irrespective of all the challenges that could be coming your way, because love always wins. And if you are thinking of getting into a relationship, you want to make sure you have considered all these 10 features and know the ones that you're comfortable with, the ones that you're not, and then be able to ascertain as an individual if you are ready for a relationship or not. If this video has been helpful in any way, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel, give us some thumbs up, share the video as well, and help this community to grow. My name is YB, this is Cosmopolitan Studio, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care and keep it easy out there.